Libya plunged into political turmoil and civil war following the death of longtime leader Muammar Gaddafi in October 2011. The collapse of centralized authority fractured state institutions, creating a power vacuum that led to rival administrations, armed militias, and an ongoing crisis of legitimacy over the country's oil-rich economy. At a UN Security Council meeting in New York on Tuesday, the UN Special Representative for Libya warned that the situation is having increasingly serious consequences for ordinary citizens.
The need to move Libya's political process forward remains crucial. The recent widespread electricity outages and public discontent, exacerbated by a prolonged heatwave, have exposed the consequences of institutional fragmentation, large-scale diversion of public resources, underinvestment, and uncoordinated decision-making, all of which are essentially failures of governance.
For Libyans, peace cannot only mean the absence of armed conflict. Peace is being able to turn on the lights. It's knowing that the water your children drink is safe. It is reaching hospitals and knowing that it can function. It's knowing that a heat wave, a flood, or an attack on a power station will not become a catastrophe simply because the institutions meant to protect you failed.
The warning comes amid growing criminal activity and competition among armed groups along Libya's western coast.
The security environment along Libya's western coast remains precarious amid competition among armed actors engaged in trafficking illicit drugs, human trafficking, and fuel smuggling.
Council members urged Libya's political leaders to advance a UN-backed roadmap towards presidential and parliamentary elections and the reunification of state institutions.
When progress stalls, stability is put at risk. And in recent weeks, we have seen concerning signs. And we have heard this morning of some of them, including around the governor of the central bank, the assassination of the Libyan National Army military intelligence chief, and targeted drone attacks on critical infrastructure at Zawiya. We have also seen protests resulting from wider frustrations. It is the Libyan people who suffer most from any instability. The window for progress is open, but not indefinite.
The UN support mission in Libya was established in 2011 and has a mandate through October 31, 2026 to support an inclusive political process and stabilization efforts. With Libya's political transition still stalled, UN officials are warning that the window for progress is open but may not remain so indefinitely. Sharon Baranga, CGTN.